Elite long-distance runners and race walkers typically maintain a steady or relatively even pace during their event, which can vary based on race tactics and in accordance with the race course. However, when these events are undertaken in the heat, the race changes somewhat. More specifically, after a similar start to what can be observed in cooler or more temperate conditions, the speed or pace gradually decreases when it's hot and humid. This decrease in performance stems from the influence of hot and/or humid climatic conditions, impairing the ability of the body to dissipate or lose heat to the environment. Indeed, when competing in the heat, whole body temperature increases as the environment imposes additional heat stress on top of what the body is already generating. Depending on the temperature and humidity, the environment may also be less capable of accepting heat and moisture from the body. As a result, thermoregulation, or the loss of heat, is less effective. Such a scenario can be seen when humidity is high and sweat evaporation is limited by the large amount of moisture in the air. The increase in whole body temperature causes additional strain to the cardiovascular system when exercising, as it must increase blood flow to the skin in order to maximize heat loss, all the while maintaining blood flow and oxygen delivery to the working muscles. As a result of the increase in body temperature, heart rate is elevated when running or race walking at a given speed. The increase in heart rate reflects a rise in the effort required to sustain a certain pace or speed, which occurs in response to a progressive decrease in maximal aerobic capacity under heat stress. Hence, to exercise at a given threshold or percent of maximal aerobic capacity, running or walking speed is reduced. This results in the general slowing down observed in the latter stages of a prolonged race in the heat. Competing in hot and/or humid conditions also influences comfort levels, which in turn affects the perception of effort. In short, running or race walking in the heat feels harder, which can influence performance through its effects on motivation. Importantly, whilst hot and humid conditions can negatively impact on performance, they can also lead to heat-related illness. The signs and symptoms of heat illness develop over a continuum, from relatively benign muscle cramping to heat syncope, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke. As such, it is important to understand how heat stress influences performance and how it can impact on health. Please see the rest of our video series on competing in the heat to find out how certain interventions can be used to offset the influence of heat stress on performance and health.